Minecraft structures, perhaps the most mysterious part of the game. Who built them and for what purpose? Where are they now? What happened to them? Hello, my name is Mace Windows, and today I'm gonna uncover perhaps the biggest and the darkest mystery of Minecraft.
Before we start this video, I'd like to say that only a small percent of you who are watching are actually subscribed. So guys, go click this button or I will insult your mama. And now, back to the video.
So, what do we know about structures? There are dungeons, deserts and jungle temples, ruined portals, and ocean monuments, and Paku's underwater ruins, etc. And it's just the overworld. But let's be coherent. We know that a relatively advanced civilization existed. Advanced enough to travel to the nether, to build huge buildings completely underwater, and create clever redstone traps in their temples. They were probably humans just like Steve, as the doorways are the same size. However, in all that story something is off. What about underwater ruins? They were clearly not meant to be underwater buildings. So, they were built when the seafloor was not actually a seafloor. It means that they were created way before the monuments and other structures, and as I believe, by another civilization that extincted before humans even came into being. That race built ancient cities in the deep dark, nether fortresses, and portals, and then cities. The Mogus race. Now I know it might sound like a stupid joke, but in fact I have a plenty of well-grounded arguments to prove that it is true. First of all, human race actually did know about the Mogus race. They found giant cities underground with the Mogus statues that held almost indestructible and unobtainable blocks. I believe they tried to live there, as we can find chests with loot there. Not just that, I believe human race actually worshipped the Moguses, and built an entire religion around them. Ocean monuments were temples built to praise the Moguses. The humans even tried to resurrect, or perhaps recreate Moguses, but failed, only left with guardians slightly resembling the Moguses. Still not convinced? Then take a look at one block at a time snapshot. So first of all, this is what game greets us with. And then take a look at the title. Can you see something in the world Minecraft? Here it is. Not only that, take a look inside the game. So while in the world, take a barrel, throw it high up in the sky, and make it land on your head. So, what do you see? For me, it's clearly an amogus. The other thing that you can actually find Amogus's remains. Deep underground or in the nether, you can find giant weirdly shaped skeletons. If you're lucky enough, you can find some that are clearly shaped like Amoguses. But Maze, they're too big to fit in the structures, you can say. Exactly. That leads us to another statement. There were at least two kinds of Amoguses, alphas and betas, or as I like to call them, mother of Amoguses and regular Amoguses. Those big ones, alphas, were like bee queens that reproduced their kind, and smaller ones, betas, did everything to protect them.
So now, when we know that Among Us race actually existed, you probably want to know what happened to them. Earlier on, I said that Among Us race extinct, but in fact they're not. You can find a real Among Us in the Nether. Correct. Striders. Take a look at them. Two legs and a squarish red body. Have you ever seen that somewhere? Correct again. They are Amoguses. Horribly mutated, but they're still Amoguses.
So, what could possibly destroy such a high-tech race? A race that built in the pools of lava above the end void and with the skull cliffs. Well, I believe war. Not just any war, but a nuclear war. Amoguses killed themselves in the continuous battles, They destroyed the structures, and the radiation mutated everyone left on the battlefield. Imaguses wanted power, but the only thing that they were left with is death. However, in all that story, something is off. What about underwater ruins? They were clearly not meant to be underwater, as they look. The other things that is.
So, what could possibly kill the Among Us race? I know, my friend. This kills him. What? What this? These nuts!